10 things short women, 5'4" and shorter, should never do to lose weight. And you can believe that I probably did all of these things before I figured out how to actually tone up as a 5'1" short woman. As you can see, just jumping right in here, this was what I used to look like. I carried a lot of excess fat. I was doing all the things that I'm gonna tell you don't work for the short body type, but I was not seeing results. And this is what I look like now, day to day. I have managed to completely change my body composition, so the weight isn't as important for me as the composition of my body, so the fat to muscle ratio, and that's probably true for you as well, unless you have a lot of weight to lose. But either way, these are gonna be the 10 things that are gonna be relevant to you as a short woman. It's different for the short body type, and a lot of what, honestly, society tells us to do as women to get in shape is kind of the opposite of what we should be doing, especially for petites, because our bodies work a little bit differently and our metabolisms are a little bit different. So in this video, I'm gonna get you guys the exact advice I would have given myself, or I wish I could have given myself back then when I was forcing all these things that were not working. And this will work for you if you're short and you're struggling with the same things. Before we dive in, I wanna say thanks to everyone who has subscribed. In my last few videos, I shared that I was looking at our analytics and I noticed that the number of people who watch my videos is lower than I want it to be for our channel so that we can grow a community. So I'm trying to get us up to 30% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you're 5'4" and shorter, please give this video a like and subscribe so that you get notifications when I make new content specifically for the short girl gang, and help me get that number up to 30%. It would mean the world, and it's a totally free way to support me and the short community. This is also a very exciting time with all of the Black Friday deals, and you know what, your girl loves a good deal. I have to share with you what we're doing this year for the community. It's something we've never done before, and this Black Friday through Cyber Monday, we are releasing our Petite bundle of absolute exclusive goodies for you guys. Let me walk you through everything that we are sharing with you this year. First of all, you'll know if you've been in the community for a while that every year on Black Friday, we make our Petite Power Premium self-guided version available at just $297. Normally it's $1,500, so that's almost over 75% off. Not only are you getting that this year at the same price point, but we're throwing in 3 massive bonuses on top of that, just to give you guys more things to help you get in the best shape of your life as a petite woman. So here's what they are in this year's Black Friday, Cyber Monday Petite Bundle. First of all, you're gonna get 3 months membership in our latest platform for petites called The Powerhouse. This is our fitness and nutrition online membership and club just for shorties. Inside you have a monthly workout calendar with daily workouts, built-in rest days. It's super sustainable, flexible, and they're full body workouts. You can do them at home. All you need is a pair of dumbbells and 30 minutes a day. The Powerhouse also includes a ton of other things: meal plans, recipes. We have our proprietary macro calculator that is just for petite women. You will not find it anywhere else on the internet. It's literally just for us shorties. It'll tell you how many calories to eat, how many protein, carbs, and fats in grams as well. We also have our community in here, which is moderated by our experts and me as well, so I'll be in there answering your questions. And we do live community events every month as well. And as if there wasn't already so much cool things in here already, we have monthly challenges. So every challenge, you're working on something new, working on a theme, 30-day sprints of trying to just have accountability, support, and get your body in the shape you want to be in. So everything is jam-packed into there. You get 3 months of membership included in this year's Petite Bundle. We also have 3 crazy bonuses. One, I mentioned, you get Petite Power Premium self-guided included in this bundle. That means you can have 3 months of the membership and then this other 3-month program that you'll get to do. That brings you halfway into 2024 with all of your fitness and nutrition already worked out for you. Like, you don't even have to think about it. Bonus number 2 is our Nutrition for Petites ebook. I wrote this book and it's 95 pages explaining what you should be eating, how you should be eating, how your body is different as a petite. It is a staple for petite women who are looking to understand their nutrition specifically. And bonus number 3, I've never done this before, but we are actually giving away a group Jumpstart coaching call just for our Black Friday, Cyber Monday buyers only. I'm actually gonna host this call myself, And we're gonna be doing a strength assessment live on this call to help teach you how strong you are now and set sort of a baseline for tracking your progress over time. I'm also going to be there to support you in getting started, getting a little bit of accountability, hand holding, making sure that you have someone there cheering you on and getting you started on these plans so that you don't just buy it and then forget it. And this call is going to be a great way to just get some mindset, some hot seat coaching, learn a little bit more about how to get started and see real results. So you will get 3 months of the Powerhouse, these 3 sweet bonuses. The value of this is almost close to $3,000, and we're only selling it for $297. That's it. This is the only time of the year it's going to be available though. So if you want to get this and score all of the goodies, all the bonuses, then do it now, because it's once this day is over, we're not selling it anymore. It's just one time a year that we make this available. So grab your Petite bundle at petitepower.com/black-friday. Put the link here as well. And I can't wait to see you guys on the inside. Okay, so let's get into the 10 things you should never do as a petite woman to lose weight, starting with number 1. Never restrict your calories during the day. You can restrict your calories if you're in a slight caloric deficit, but never restrict them during the day, and here is why. If you restrict your calories during the day, say you wake up, you skip your breakfast, you have like a salad for lunch, nighttime is gonna roll in, and I know y'all have experienced this before, because I sure have. You will eat everything under the sun, everything in your house, your apartment, wherever you're at, it's all going in the belly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there will be no self-control. It always backfires. Instead, I want you to do something that's completely counterintuitive, but I actually want you to front load your calories as a petite earlier in the day, because that's when you're the most active, that's when you're going to be making use of the calories, and you don't need them as much at night. With one exception, if you do choose to work out at night, I would actually want you to still spread your calories out evenly so that you can get some fuel and replenishment around your workout. But overall, a huge mistake is restricting during the day and then ending up binging at night, because you can't just go all day without eating. Front load the calories, and I mean really front load them. Like, have substantial meals, have a whole ass meal for breakfast, for lunch, have a substantial snack, and then try to go lighter on your dinner, or maybe not even lighter, but just a lot of protein and vegetables and fiber and fats and less carbohydrates at night. This is going to keep you set up for success and make sure that your blood sugar levels stay regulated when you sleep in your fasted state, and it will set you up for success so that you don't end up binge eating later. And if I'm just being completely honest, if I was gonna give myself advice from like 10 years ago, I'd be like, girl, stop eating 2,000 calories at night. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need those calories at night right before you go to bed. It's a habit, it's not helping, okay? So if you do this too, just find a way to eat more earlier in the day so that you're not left eating all your calories at night because you're so hungry. Number 2, never rely solely on cardio or HIIT, high intensity interval training, to get results as a petite woman, because it leads to you having no muscle tone and appearing skinny fat. It's the worst body composition, and it's very prevalent for us short women, because when we do all this cardio, when we do all this HIIT, we end up eating lower calories, burning too many calories through all that exercise, and we lose muscle mass. When we lose muscle mass, we actually appear to be more overweight and more fat than before we even started our weight loss journey. So even if the scale goes down, you might actually appear more bloated, more puffy, more inflamed, and that's because obviously the cortisol is causing inflammation, and then you have this probably a little bit less body fat than before, but you also lost muscle, so your body fat appears more readily and you end up looking skinny fat. So never do cardio as your form of exercise only as petite. Instead, pick up the weights, focus on building muscle, weight training, and you can do this with full body workouts, just 30 minutes a day, 3 to 5 days a week. It does not have to be crazy, but if you start swapping out all of the high intensity stuff, all of the running, jogging, elliptical stuff for some weights, as a petite, this is going to have a huge impact on your results, specifically because it helps also increase metabolism. And as you guys know, if you watch my channel, we have slightly slower metabolism. So anything we can do to get our bodies burning a little bit more calories during the day, going a little bit faster, is gonna help make a huge difference in how hard you're really making this for yourself. So prioritize the weights. Number 3, never ignore macronutrients. And what I mean by that is that you don't want to just focus on eating less in general. This also backfires, because if you just eat less, but you eat less of the wrong foods, you're going to be hungry all the time. We want to set you up for success. And the best way to do that is to understand what protein, fat, and fiber is, and make sure you are loading the F up on protein. I cannot emphasize this enough. We tend to overcomplicate this. For us petite women, staying full is imperative to being able to tone up, because when we're hungry, we binge eat, as we know. Eating 30, 40 grams of protein in every meal is going to keep you so full you won't even be able to finish your meals, and that's going to keep you from overeating on the bad stuff, or not the bad, because you guys know I don't like using those words. I eat chocolate every day, and I don't call it bad. It's called balance, you know? But you can load up on the protein and watch the pounds come off, because you're getting the macronutrient that's going to keep you the fullest. It has the highest thermic effect of food, meaning you burn more calories just metabolizing it. And it's going to crush all your cravings that you have for the sugary foods, for the cereals, for the desserts, the late night things, if you get enough protein. So do not neglect your macronutrients. Focus on the protein specifically as a petite, and you will see so much more success and results faster. Number 4, never neglect your step count or the power of walking. Now, walking seems like a boring thing to add into your routine, and honestly, if I knew how much I walked now, I would think I was an elderly person. I just walk a lot. I aim for 10,000 steps a day. You do not need to hit 10,000 steps a day, because in fact, there is no good studies that 10,000 steps a day means anything. What I want you to do instead is focus on 2,000 to 3,000 more steps per day than you are doing currently. Okay, so if you're walking 2,000 steps right now, let's get it up to 4 or 5,000 a day. And walking is a form of cardio, sort of. It is low intensity. Your heart rate is not getting up, and this type of low intensity walking actually helps you burn fat and just gets your overall expenditure up of the number of calories you burn in a day, but not so out of control that it affects your appetite and your hunger hormones, like your leptin and your ghrelin. When you do high intensity exercises or workouts, it plays with your ghrelin, it makes you hungry. When you just go for walks, 20 minutes a day, twice a day, or just 20 minutes a day, whatever you can do, you're not gonna have this huge hunger spike, and it's gonna be much more sustainable. So if you can focus on your step count, that's a great way to supplement your strength training as a petite woman. Number 5 is never forget about fiber. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that we don't digest. We don't actually metabolize it and absorb the calories. It's basically the part of the vegetables or fruits that it's like, I like to kind of imagine it's like a husk. It basically just bulks up your poo and moves things along. It also lowers your blood sugar levels, which is important for minimizing fat storage, and it keeps you full. It helps you with keeping a healthy gut as well. So if you're trying to balance your hormones, or you're trying to reduce inflammation in your body, fiber is going to be a really important part of your diet. You can get fiber from fruits and vegetables, beans, you can get it from oats, you can get it from a lot of things, but the most important thing is get your fresh fruit, get your fresh vegetables, or even frozen is fine. And that's gonna go a long way. A lot of times you can just prioritize protein and completely forget about fiber, but aim to get 20 to 30 grams of fiber per day, and you're gonna be feeling so good. And granted, I don't hit 30 grams a day. I probably hit like 25 or 20, but that's better than 10, or 5. So never forget fiber. If you don't know about it, Google it, learn about it. It's gonna make a huge difference in your weight loss or toning it up journey. Never set unrealistic expectations for yourself. When you do this, you set yourself up for disappointment, especially as short women. There are some studies that show that it can take up to 2 times as long for a short woman to lose weight as a taller person. That's because we're smaller, we're more efficient. It takes us longer to have the same result as someone else. We just burn fewer calories at rest. It takes us longer to get the work done. Aim for something sustainable for you, such as 1 pound a week if you're going for weight loss. If you're going for just toning it up, relying on the scale is not going to be as useful, and I'll get to that in a second. But just make sure that you're not focusing on some goal that's crazy, like getting in the best shape of your life by the weekend, or check in with yourself. If you're really committed to this, you need a realistic goal so that you can feel successful as you're going through the journey. That also means you need to appreciate, or at least be neutral towards where you are right now, in order to stay committed in the long run. And we all have bad days. We all have, good days too, but you need to make sure that the goal is something you can break down into smaller goals and stay committed to for a minimum of 8 weeks really, if you really want to see some noticeable change in your body composition. Just like I showed you with my photos, I went through this as well. Number 7, never fall for the idea, the false assumption that your weight is a static singular number. I know that when we go to the doctor, they put us on the scale, it's that humiliating moment, they weigh us, and we think that's our weight. The truth is, your weight can fluctuate as a petite 3 to 5 pounds in a given week, depending on where you are in your hormonal cycle. Lots of things. What you ate the night before, how much water you're carrying, what kind of exercise you did the day before. Start thinking of your weight as a range. For me, I am anywhere between 111 and 116. That's my range, and I don't identify with being 111 every day. I know I'm not gonna be 111 every day. If you start thinking you're 111 every day, or whatever it is for you, 120, 150, and you step on the scale and you're not that, it's going to feel like you failed when you haven't. So never fall for the false idea that weight is a number, it is a range. Moreover, if you are trying to measure your progress, the scale is not going to be the best tool. You also want to take progress photos and body measurements, because the weight on the scale is looking at your total body weight. That includes your muscle mass, fat, bones, everything. If you are trying to lose weight but still have tone and look defined and have, look strong and healthy, you don't want to just lose weight. You want to lose fat in particular and keep your muscle or build muscle. This is known as a body recomposition, and that's what I teach us petite women how to do in the Powerhouse and in our programs, is lower the body fat, increase the muscle mass, and look ripped and awesome, and not ripped, but like strong and healthy and fit. So make sure you're not just relying on the scale if you're going for a body recomp, because the number on the scale will not accurately represent how your body composition is looking over time. Speaking of your weight not being a static number, I want to give a shout out to one of our Powerhouse clients who told me last week during our community workout, she was like, April, since starting on November 1st, she's doing the November challenge. She's down 4 inches overall, and she actually threw out her scale altogether. She was like, F this, I'm done with the scale. She took measurements instead in progress photos, and she's losing it. She's losing the weight, not losing her mind. Keep in mind, losing weight, 4 inches down overall. Oh yeah. And she told me she's using our Petite macro calculator, but she's only tracking calories 3 days a week. That's it. She's not tracking every meal. She's not tracking 7 days a week, which I think is a really great testament to showing that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be strict every day. You can have tons of balance and integration if you have the plan that's right for you. And honestly, the Powerhouse makes it really easy to do that, because it gives you a plan to follow, it gives you your calories, and then there's tons of support. You can talk to real humans like me and our coaches in there and ask about your numbers, ask about, all these different things, questions you might have. If you want to join as a regular member and not get the Black Friday Petite Bundle, you totally can also sign up at petitepower.com, but also our Petite Bundle this year for Black Friday, Cyber Monday is insane, and you'll get 3 months membership included in that. If you want to do that, head to petitepower.com/black-friday. Number 8, this is easier said than done, but do not binge eat. I feel like this is a hard one because, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips. I used to struggle with binge eating, but I used to think that I could binge on healthy foods, but not bad foods. So it seemed okay. It seemed like, okay, I can eat this healthy cereal, or I can eat all of these vegetables, which it's hard to overeat on vegetables, but I actually probably managed to do it when I was binge eating in my teens or early 20s. The problem is that calories are calories at the end of the day. So if you're binge eating on anything, you can go over and gain weight. Even if you're eating tons of healthy food, you can gain weight on tons of healthy food. And what happens when we follow the binge restrict cycle over and over and over again is we slowly add body fat and lose muscle. Mostly we just add body fat because you're sending a ton of calories into your body, it stores them, and then you go back to that kind of a starvation mode. You send another bunch of calories at your body, you store them because you're teaching and training your body that it doesn't know when it's gonna get food next. So when you give it all that excess calories, it's gonna store it right away. So you don't wanna train your body to be in fat storing mode. And if you are struggling with binge eating, try to start getting out of that mindset sooner rather than later, especially if you have a goal with your health or your body composition. That leads me to number 9, which is never stress about your weight loss progress. If you are stressed, it's gonna be really hard to achieve your goal because it leads to self-sabotage, it leads to higher cortisol levels, lack of sleep. A lot of things can happen that will then impact your weight and have the opposite effect than what you're looking for. And I know it can seem so counterintuitive. So if you're stressing because you've been stuck in a binge or strict cycle like I was for many years, my best advice is to just do actually the complete opposite of what you're doing right now. You gotta shake things up and get your brain to step away from being so results focused. And I find that if therapy doesn't help, if reading books don't help on it, I love the book Brain Over Binge, by the way. If those things aren't working, go break your food rules. Go eat the things you're afraid to eat. Go try different forms of exercise, something to shake it up so that you can show your body that it's gonna be okay when you do things different. That helped me a lot. Have the ice cream, enjoy things you wouldn't normally. Take a step back from your body goals and focus on your stress and your inner health. That's gonna be so important on this journey, because if you don't address what's really going on, you'll fall into this self-defeating cycle where you get a little bit of results, and right when you start to see results, your brain doesn't believe you can actually achieve them, and it self-sabotages, you binge, it starts all over again. If this has happened to you, by the way, let me know in the comments. Oh, I forgot something. Number 10, my last one is to never compare your beautiful petite frame, your short girl frame, to the tall physiques that are everywhere, that we see everywhere. I mean, it feels like nowadays there's more balance, but at least I still have those images as a kid growing up and seeing certain magazines or Victoria's Secret models and really wanting to compare myself to them or wanting to look like them. We are beautiful as we are, and we can't change things like our height. We're not gonna change that. We're not gonna change our proportions. We can't change our body composition. We can change how we feel inside our bodies. We can feel more powerful. We can feel stronger. We can feel healthier, and we can look all those things as well. I like to have role models that are more like me, like my shorter role models, or just think about what my best version of myself would look like, because how you lose fat and build muscle is genetic. Everybody's gonna look different at certain body fat percentages. So focus on you and what would feel good for you, and try not to fall for the trap of wanting something that you can never have, which is not even a thing. I mean, it's just something society kind of says we should have. It's not even a real thing, right? If you are not built or born a certain way, then you're not born that way, and we should embrace the way we're born. There's literally only one you in the world, so don't fall for the trap of trying to look like other people or choosing someone to look like as your end result. Try to focus on what the most powerful, strong, confident version of you would look like, and try to visualize her and even journal about her, and that will help you feel more aligned on your weight loss journey. If you like this video, comment below. Let me know which one you resonate with the most, which traps you've fallen for. I have fallen for them all. That's why I made this video. And if we can just, as petite women, start to unlearn some of this stuff, you can make huge, faster results in your journey. Reminder, our Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is still live, only for a few more hours. So if you want to grab our incredible petite bundle, do it. You will not regret it. Again, you'll get 3 months membership. You're gonna get all those 3 huge bonuses, and overall, the savings are over 90%, and it's literally only available this year. So if you wanna grab that, head to the link below in the description, and I hope to see you guys all next week. Or not next week, I don't know why I said that. Next time. Bye guys.